Yo, what is up, my beautiful people? As you can see here, I have my PlayStation Portal, and what's actually a fun fact is the fact that I own a PlayStation Portal and I don't actually own a PlayStation 5. That's right, I don't even own a PlayStation 5. I actually got this to test out the game streaming that makes this a standalone device, some people were saying, but that's a story for another day. But the story is, even though I don't own a PlayStation 5, Sony has been gracious enough to gift us PC gamers with another one of Sony's classic first-party exclusive games, and that is none other than Stellar Blade. So today, I'm going to be playing Stellar Blade on the Steam Deck, the ROG Ally X, and some other powerful handheld PCs. We're going to see if the game is worth it. We're going to see if it's fun, if it's not, if it's something that you should pick up for yourself. But yeah, I know some people have mixed thoughts about this game because of the fan service. But we're not going to get into any fan service today. This is a family-friendly, channel. So we're just going to be, analyzing the performance and the gameplay, and we're not going to dive too much deeper into the fan service aspects. With that being said, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, all of that great YouTube stuff, so I can keep coming to you more brilliant average dude content like this. So without further ado, let's hop into the actual game. We're not simping, no fan service here. Let's just play the game, you guys. Okay, so we are on the Steam Deck right now, and let me just give you a quick rundown of the settings. Pretty simple settings here. We start off with the low preset in the graphical settings, and then the only things you really want to change is change the FSR to balanced. I found like that is the best balance ironically between performance and visual fidelity. You want to keep frame generation off. I know you might want those extra frames, but it's a lot of graphical glitches, a lot of tearing, and just some weird artifacts that are not worth the extra 5 FPS that you get. Well, it's like 10 FPS, but it's not worth those extra FPS with the major graphical glitches and artifacts with frame generation. So keep frame generation off on the Steam Deck. You can try it for yourself and see what it looks like, but then we are on low everything except for the character detail, which is on medium. And then the other setting you want to change is the screen space reflections. They will be off. By default, you want to turn that to low, and that just gives a little bit more dynamic scenery with those reflections. Now motion blur, you can put that to whatever you want to be, but I turn motion blur down to 2 just because I don't like too much motion blur on the image. Now let's get into the actual gameplay. As you can see here, we get an average of like 50 to 60 FPS right now in this scene with nothing going on. We have around 55 FPS, but we're gonna get into a battle here and you're gonna see how the FPS actually does. But just walking around in the world and with minimal enemies, we don't have much frame dips here. Even with this explosion you'll see here, we only drop down to around 52 and then right back up to 55 and sometimes even 58. So frame rate in the world itself is actually very good. Okay, so we're not the boss yet, but I just encountered this enemy on the way. I just wanted to show you how it plays here. Still getting around 55 FPS here, and keep in mind this is without any frame generation or anything like that, so it plays very well here. And like I think 50 to 60 FPS in this game is enough to have an enjoyable experience, I must say. Now you're gonna see some of the other devices that are a bit more powerful, we're gonna get more FPS. But even on the Steam Deck, I'm very surprised with this game. Now they did some crazy optimization with this game here. It is extremely optimized. Even on a device like the Steam Deck, we're still averaging, I would say, anywhere from 50 to 55, even up to 60 sometimes. But all right, you guys, we are in the boss battle right now. And let's see how the frame rate can hold up when we are taking on a major battle here. Still hovering around 50 to 55 FPS. And let's see what it does in this battle here. Okay, so we dropped down to around 48 I saw just now. In that sort of dodge mode we just had. Hovering around 50 right now. Okay, we saw it drop down to 46. This is a good indication of when you really tax the system here, fighting this boss. think we can get a sense of what it, you know, does when you really put some enemies in front of you. So we're hovering around the low 50s now to around 48. I saw it drop down, but still high 40s, low 50s here. Trying not to die playing behind the camera. Give him some space. Come on. Yeah, that was good. Oh, he's scared now. He's scared now. Oh, get out of there. Oh my goodness. I just died, you guys. I just died. But anyway, on to the next device. That should give you a sense of how the thing is actually playing. It's hard for me to play behind the camera, so sorry for dying like that, like a noob. But anyway, on to the next device. Steam Deck is actually very playable. I will say with the settings that I showed you, that low preset with a slight tweak is very playable. Anywhere from like 50 to 60 FPS on the Steam Deck for this game. Very optimized, very enjoyable. But we're gonna get onto the next device. We're gonna take the power up a little bit and see how we do with a slightly more powerful device here. Anyway, on to the next one. Okay, so on to the next device here. Let me just give you the brief rundown of the settings. We are on the ROG Ally X here, a little bit more powerful. So we have taken up the resolution, and what you're gonna notice across these tests, we pretty much have the same settings, but just different resolution. So the Steam Deck was at 800p, pretty much low settings, FSR set to balanced, and here we are at just 1080p, and pretty much all the same settings. I found that, you know, with these settings here, if FSR set to balanced, it is the best balance, no play on words, between performance and overall graphical fidelity. So at 1080p, low settings, just turn on reflections and turn your your character detail to medium, everything else to low, and FSR set to balance. Now we have frame generation off right now. Frame generation can be used on the, you know, Ally X without any graphical glitches that I found on the Steam Deck, but I just have it off just to be fair here. So let's get into a battle here. Funnily enough, the FPS is around the same, just a little bit higher. We're getting anywhere from 55 to 60 out in the world here, so that's very interesting. It's just a higher resolution, so we got about 2 times the resolution here, you know, 1080p versus 800p, but we're getting around the same FPS, which is, you know, should let you know that we have a lot more power to work with. But even in that battle there, we are averaging, you know, 55 to 60 FPS there. But let's go to the main boss battle and see how it does there when taking on a massive enemy. But it ain't nothing but a thing. Let's go. Oh, got him. Funny enough, we are still getting around, you know, 55 FPS here on average, which is very interesting. Oh, I think it dropped down to around 51. Oh, it's getting serious now. It's getting serious. Hold up, hold up. He don't want it, you guys. He don't want nothing from us, you guys. He don't want nothing from us. It's over for him. It's over for him. I'm like 1 hit away. Anyway, I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna go to the next device just so that I can still be at the boss. I'll say anywhere from 55 to 60 on average. 1080p low settings. We are at 25 watts. So yeah, performance is pretty good. And if you use frame generation, you get even more FPS. So just play around with that, but just follow the settings and you should get great performance. Anyway, on to the next device. Okay, so we're taking another step up in the power department. We are on the OneXPlayer F1 Pro. This has the newest HX370 processor, 32 gigabytes of RAM, this beautiful OLED display. We are still at 1080p, same settings as the Ally X, so 1080p low with a slight tweak, and the frame generation is off. Now you will notice we do get a little bit more FPS here. I'm getting anywhere from 65 on average, so we do notice a slight improvement. So from around 55 to around 65 average, we do drop down to 60 sometimes, but on average we anywhere from like 60 to 65, even going up sometimes to 70 in some instances. But I will say on average we do see a bit of an increase over something like the Ally X, and that's something you should expect from the HX370. Like, it is a more powerful processor, so you would expect more performance out of it. So in that short confrontation there, I saw anywhere from 60, 65, sometimes I saw it drop down to around 60, but I would say on average we're getting around 60 to 65 FPS on average, which is slightly more than the Ally X. Now let's do the boss encounter and see how it does there. All right, fighting the boss again, you guys. He don't want to see us. Like, we fought him enough times to know his shenanigans. Like, he don't want us right now. Like he's afraid of us. It's like, oh, they back? They back? He don't want to see us anymore. But you know what? We almost took him out last time. So, like, he ain't got nothing for us right now. But performance is pretty good. We're having around 63 right now. I see we dropped down to 61. But we are doing slightly better than the Ally X. But they're in the same sort of, you know, performance category almost. Like, maybe like a few FPS more. Maybe I'll say probably 5 to 7 FPS more on average versus the Ally X. He's about one hit away, so I want to stop it now so I can come back to the boss. We have one more device to play, but yeah, on the F1 Pro, runs amazingly. I would say it averages around 60 to 65 on average, slightly better than the Ally X. Nothing too crazy, like you're not going from like 60 to like 120, but it is a slight noticeable increase in the performance as you would expect from the HX370. But I do really love to play on this F1 Pro with that beautiful OLED display. It's hard to see over video, but it looks amazing in person with this OLED display. Anyway, on to the last device, the biggest and the best device we have right now for this test, and maybe we can hopefully beat this boss once and for all. Let's get into it. Okay, you guys, so this is the last device in the test. This is the latest and greatest in my collection here. This is the OneXPlayer G1. I absolutely love this clamshell device here, but it's a little too big, so we're gonna have to zoom out here a little bit just to capture this this sizable device here. Now, this is set to 1200p, so a little bit higher resolution as far as the aspect ratio goes. We're at 1200p, the same settings as the Ally X and F1 Pro. We are pretty much low with slight tweaks. FSR set to balance. Now I will say we did turn on frame generation just so you can get a sense of how frame generation increases the performance here. Now, like I said, this isn't really a competition. Now I know you're going to be upset that I turned on frame generation, but I just wanted to get a sense of how frame generation can improve the performance. This is more of a showcase than like a comparison, because let's be honest, you're not looking at if you should buy the Steam Deck or the G1. Let's just be honest, you guys. Let's just be honest. But let me know in the comments down below if you're trying to decide between the Steam Deck and the G1. And for that one person out there that's lying to me, just let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, with frame generation on with the same settings as the Ally X and G1, or I'm sorry, the Ally X and F1 Pro, the G1 gets around anywhere from like 90 to 100 FPS here. So yes, frame generation does work greatly in this game here. It doesn't help my playing, but it does help the actual frame rate. Like, we are getting a nice 90 FPS. This game, this game is optimized. Say what you will about the fan service. I'm not even worried about the girl, you guys. I'm worried about the frames. And we are getting a great amount of frames here. Even without frame generation, we're getting around, 55 to 60. We get around 90 to 100 with the frame generation on. And it's not like you don't feel any latency or lag like that. It's just, it feels good. Like, they really optimized this game. And the reason why I appreciate this game is the fact that it's rare that you see a game that has optimization like this. Like, it's really rare that a game comes out, a AAA game comes out, and you don't need some day 1 patch, some day 3 patch, and with all these patches just to get the performance right. This thing right on day 1, even since the demo, has been performing amazingly. Okay, you guys, we're back at the boss. We gotta beat him this time, you guys. We have to beat him. Matter of fact, let me turn off the light in the studio just so you can get a sense of the screen here, because this screen does look amazing. So we got the light off now in the studio, and let's play this game and see what we guys can get into. We gotta beat the boss this time, you guys. But let's go. You should just be seeing the screen now. Get the immersion, full immersion here, you guys. Let's go. Just a note, with this frame generation on, we get anywhere from like 80 to 90 FPS, which is a nice improvement. I tell you, we're beating them this time, you guys. My boy is out of here. My boy is out of here. This game right here, I think it is good. As a fan of like roguelike action RPG games, this game is something that I do enjoy. Just from like my short, brief time with it, it is a game that I think that if it opens up, you get more, abilities, more power-ups, more weapons. I think this can have the potential to be a very fun, like melee combat, bladed weapon focused game. That it doesn't have anything to do with the character, the fan service. I know this game is gonna go crazy on PC with all the mods, but you're not gonna see that on the Really Average Dude channel. I'm not the person that's gonna be, simping or, gooning or whatever you wanna call it over a character in a video game. That's just not something that I do. But yeah, I think the game itself, the performance is good, the optimization is great. You saw it running on everything from like the Steam Deck all the way up to the latest and greatest HX370 devices. So we're getting anywhere from 50, sometimes 60 FPS on this. And I do think it is an amazing experience here. So yeah, this game is highly recommended if you're into this genre, or if you just want to get into sort of like an action-oriented game. This is definitely something you should check out. Ignore the people that are calling it like the sip simulator I've seen on social media, and some other things, some other crazy things I've seen. Just try to avoid any crazy mods. Stick to the family-friendly outfits or costumes, whatever you want to call them, skins, and just try to enjoy the combat and I guess the story. I don't know how it's going to unfold as far as the narrative goes, but From a gameplay perspective, this game is very fun, very enjoyable, and it is something I think that I'll play through every now and again. It will definitely be in my rotation. That's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts on all the different devices we tested out today. Are you gonna play it on the Steam Deck? Are you gonna play it on the Ally X? Are you gonna play it on something like the HX370? Let me know in the comments down below what you're gonna play this device or this game on. What device is your go-to? And let's talk about everything in the comments. Let's talk about this game. Is this game only for the simps? Is this game only for the gooners or whatever they call them? Let me know all that in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to engage with you guys. I'm gonna play this game without any of those crazy mods, and I will definitely enjoy it. But let me know what you guys are thinking. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. As always, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, all that great YouTube stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. I don't ever want to hear you guys talk bad about the G1, because this thing is fire. Look at that. Clamshell greatness right here. Anyway, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.